Hi everyone. Welcome to Destination Delivered. My name is Nikki. I am the founder of this monthly subscription box, and I am here to introduce you if you are new to Destination Delivered. If you haven't heard of us before, I will give you a little bit of information. So we are a boutique style travel inspired subscription box that's delivered to your door every single month. I choose a different location every month and I curate items around that destination. So every month you will open your box and you will have something that will hit all of your senses and give you a little bit of a break from the day to day and give you some kind of something fun to do in between your travels. So without further ado, let's get started with our August reveal. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling over my words for some reason. So, our August reveal, I'm going to put this down. Our August location is one that I have personally been to. We went, I guess, about a couple years ago, and there was just something about it that really just kind of stole my heart. And I think I say that about a couple of the locations that I've actually been to. And this one, I miss a lot of things about this location. And the theme of this particular location is saudade, and I'm sure I have pronounced that wrong, but saudade, and it is the it's where you are longing for something that you miss or something that had a profound effect on you or something that you loved. So that is our theme, and we are visiting Portugal. So a couple years ago, my family and I went to Portugal for my husband's business trip, and we started out in the southern half. We flew into Lisbon and we rented a car and just kind of drove up the coast to where the meeting was in Porto. And along the way, we made some stops, and just the whole country is just amazing. The people are incredibly nice, and excuse me, I have a little bit of a frog in my throat for some reason. So anyway, the people are absolutely wonderful, so nice. The food is absolutely delicious, huge portions, and everything about it is just amazing. So I wanted to share that with you all. And for those of you who have received your boxes, I believe everyone has received their boxes by today, and I would love to hear what your thoughts are about it. So please definitely share that in the comments. Also, if you're joining me live, welcome. Thank you so much. And if you were watching this on the replay, please just comment replay so that I know that you were here and I can say hi to you. So first up is every month you are going to receive a card. Now this card is just a little card, just a welcome from me, and it'll tell you where our destination is and then just kind of a little story behind it. And then on the back of each of these cards is going to give you all of the items that are inside your box, plus a little QR code here down on the bottom corner that I will tell you about after we finish the main part of our box. So first up, our very first items are the azulejos tiles. Now these, I'm going to go ahead and take this bow off of them. These are coasters, and the azulejos tiles are obviously very important in Portuguese culture. They are everywhere. They are absolutely stunning. And so this is one of the items, and I wanted to share this with you and include this in the box because of the importance as it is in Portugal. So again, you find these everywhere. They are all different colors. This is the main color, is this beautiful blue, and but we saw all different kinds of colors, and they are just everywhere. And they actually, if one is broken on your home, you are actually required to fix it. So you can get in a lot of trouble if you don't fix it. So I found that really interesting. We actually took a class to paint these tiles, and it was so much fun. It was like a 2-hour class. It was in Porto, and we got to learn all about it. We got to learn the history behind them and how things go. So I wanted to include that. So you get 4 coasters of the azulejos tiles in your box. So that is item number 1. I'm going to go down my list here just to make sure that I have everything. Next up is a cork makeup bag. Now, cork is the #1 produced item in this entire country. They produce a very large majority of the world's cork. And this is very lightweight. I chose the one that actually has the azulejos tiles on it as well, so you can kind of see all the different colors. And it's just a little makeup bag or a little travel bag. You can really put anything you want to in it, and it's super lightweight. Like when I got this box, I think the shipping said that it was like 22 pounds, and when I picked it up, I was like, okay, this is like 4 pounds. Is that? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It is a cork makeup bag. Up next is one of the most popular treats in Portugal. It is the Maria cookies. They have been around for a very, very long time. I am going to actually introduce something else really quick with this because these cookies will actually go with the recipe card. Now, for those of you who are new, I do add a recipe card in every box. So, and sometimes I will include an ingredient that goes with the recipe. Sometimes I don't, it just really depends. But most of the time I do. And these Maria cookies are going to go with this recipe, which is the saudade. And what it is it's a Portuguese sawdust pudding. And it is no bake. So super easy, and you get to use these yummy cookies. Or if you want, you can just eat these cookies on their own. They are absolutely delicious. Make sure you have a glass of milk or some water because they do tend to get a little dry if you eat a whole bunch of them at once, but they still taste really yummy, and definitely try this recipe because it's really good. So that is item number 3. Item number 4 is a jewelry box. It's a travel jewelry box. Now, this design on the front, I actually designed this myself, and I had to pivot a little bit on this box because 3 items that I originally was going to put in the box, I wasn't able to get, and so I had to kind of pivot at the last minute, and so the jewelry box is one of those pivots, and I'm actually really excited how it came out. I didn't want to add sardines into the box because, one, I don't eat seafood, so I wouldn't actually try them. So, and I like to try everything that I give to you guys, and that's just one I wasn't going to be able to do. I'm sorry, guys, if anybody likes sardines. That is amazing. Good for you guys. I know my husband does. I just couldn't do it. So I did put a little nod to the sardine. They are incredibly popular in Portugal, and so there's little sardines on the different sides of this here. And then you have the azulejos in the corners as well. And then you have the swallow, which I'm going to tell you about in just a second here because it's actually going to be the next item. So this is a little travel jewelry box. I'm going to open it up for you guys because I want you to see inside. Now this is, you'll get these, I mean, you've had these before, I'm sure, but this one is really cool because it has a mirror, but it also opens up. And so you can put earrings here, you can put necklaces up here, and you can kind of close them up. And then there is the little, I'm showing you all kinds of stuff on my counter here, a little mirror right here for you guys. So that is your travel jewelry box. And then last on our list of the actual items is the Portuguese swallow. Now, the Portuguese swallow, now this does have a little tiny magnet on the back of it. You can leave it on the card and just hang it wherever, or you can just take it off of the card. It does have that tiny little magnet on the back of it, but I added a card to this because I wanted you to know the significance of the swallow. Now I'm actually going to just read this to you so that you understand what they signify in Portugal. So in Portugal, the swallow is a beloved symbol of love, loyalty, family, and the promise of returning home. Because swallows return to the same nesting places year after year, they have, they have come to represent the ties that draw us back to the people and places we love. And so this is just a tiny little reminder that some places stay with us long after we leave. So I just thought that this was something, I wanted to give this to everybody because I thought it was really important that, you know, because it is so, I just love the meaning behind this, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoy that as much as I do. Now, a couple more things. Now, on the back of your card, like I said before, it gives you a list of all of the items. It will give you a description, and sometimes you'll have how to use it. There are some items that I have included in boxes that just needed a little bit of explanation. So that is what these cards, that is the purpose of these cards. And as I had told you earlier, you get your recipe card. But you also, every month, I design a special postcard. Now, everyone, with your very first box, you will get a little album here, and it has postcards on it. Now, inside of this are all of the, you can put your postcards in here. So just a quick look here. We have traveled to Ireland and Savannah, Georgia, Provence, Hawaii, Tuscany, and now Portugal. So this is our card for this month. And on the back of these cards, sometimes I will give you some little did you knows and some recommendations if I have actually visited a location. This one, since I have actually visited Portugal, I did put some of our recommendations on here that we absolutely fell in love with when we were there. And then I wanted to give you just a couple of these. One of the did you knows, Portugal produces over half of the world's cork, making it one of the country's most treasured natural resources. So that was kind of going back to that. So there's a couple, there's like 3 little did you knows on here, and then there are some recommendations of where we visited, some things that we did. So there's one here that is a Michelin star restaurant that we went to, and I highly, 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 highly recommend if you go to Portugal, you have to check out this restaurant. It absolutely blew us away. And when we got there, we started out with, I think it was like maybe the 10 or 12 course, because we're like, oh, there's no way we can eat all this. And keep in mind, they are little tastings. My husband got the seafood since he loves seafood. I ended up doing the vegetarian, and our son, he just wanted steak. So they made him steak, so he got to eat steak, which he loved. So anyway, this one is the, it's called Casa de Cha da Boa Nova. So it translates into like a tea house. It's not really a tea house. And how we found this was actually, my husband owns a design build firm, and he was just kind of looking for some architecture stuff to look at, and he came across this location. Well, he didn't realize until after he was researching it a little bit longer that it was actually a restaurant. And then he got into it a little bit deeper and realized it was a Michelin restaurant. So I was like, okay, we got to do this. We've never done this before. Let's just, save up for it and let's do it. And we ended up doing it, and it was seriously, I think, the best meal I've ever had in my entire life. And our meal, and it was a whole production, and there's a story behind every single course, and it's such a cool experience. It was a 5-hour dinner, and about 3 courses in, we both were like, okay, we want the full experience. By the end of the night, I think we counted, we had like 26 courses. It was crazy. So anyway, it was really cool. Keep in mind, the pieces were like this big. And again, I don't typically eat seafood, but there was one thing that I could have eaten a whole vat of it because it was so good. And it was this tuna butter, and they had taken like this cured tuna and they shaved it like you do Parmesan, and they shaved it on top of the butter and then mixed it all in and made, oh my gosh, it was so good. Um, and then there were a few other things that I typically wouldn't eat, but I was like, okay, I'm at a really nice restaurant, I'm going to eat this. So anyway, that's my very long-winded story about this restaurant that you have to go to. The Boiler Studio in Porto is where we did our tile painting. The owner is fantastic, and she has the cutest little dog. Um, and then my absolute favorite place of all the places that we visited was Cascais, and it is kind of down by, it's about 30 minutes from Lisbon, and it's just a beautiful coastal town, and they have the Boca do Inferno, which is like they call it like Devil's Mouth or something like that, and it's like this really cool where the waves come crashing into the rocks, and it's just incredible. So definitely check out Cascais if you go there. And then there was a place that we stayed, and I also put this on the back of here. It's a place called Art for You. It says that it's a hostel on the outside of the building, but it's actually it's like a studio, and it was seriously one of the cutest little places. The staff is incredible, and the breakfast, oh my gosh, totally blew us away. So that's kind of my little tips. Also, there's another little tip on here to pack a hooded raincoat, because when we went at the end of March, beginning of April, and so it was cold and rainy most of the time that we were there, but we were still able to go out and do a lot of stuff. And it didn't rain all the time, but there was one day where it was really raining, and it was really windy, and we found that umbrellas just don't do well in that. So next time we go, we said we were definitely taking raincoats instead of umbrellas. So just a little tip on that. And then I don't know if you saw this, but at the bottom here there is another QR code. This QR code will actually take you to a curated Pinterest board that I have put together with some of these locations, so you can actually look more into them, and then just a few other little tidbits on there. And then, let's see, I think last but not least, we're almost to the end here, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, I appreciate it. And then there's a QR code on the back of the main card is actually a curated Spotify playlist that I put together for each location every month as well. So you use your phone, scan the QR code, and it will actually take you to the Spotify playlist so that you can hear the music from the locations that you're at. So that was everything that was in the box. I hope you enjoyed this. And I do see that there is a comment here, and I'm so sorry that there is a page, there is something on my screen here that I cannot get to close. So I'm having a hard time seeing the comments. I'm so sorry, but I just know that they're there, and I will comment on them after the video. And then last but not least, I promised you that I will give you a sneak peek of our next location. Now, I will preface this by I have not been to this location, and honestly, it was never on my list, like never on my bucket list until I started researching it. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, it blew me away. All of the things that I learned about this destination and the beautiful things that are there. I cannot wait to visit someday if I am lucky enough to do that. But our color palette is right here. This is our September color palette. So as you can see, we have this beautiful, turquoise blue. We have a gold, we have a hot pink, and a yellow. So that is your color palette for September. I'll be interested to see if anybody can guess where we're going. And items have already started arriving, and they are amazing, and I cannot wait to share them with you guys. So that is it for now. If you loved this, and if you are new to Destination Delivered, I would absolutely love for you to go to our website and check us out. It is linked in here, and you can go. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.